Never tell me the odds, kid. May the fourth be with you, and also with me. Welcome back to the Break Room, our daily show that keeps you updated on just what's going on in the nerd news from our very own real Break Room. And by the way, we are getting a lot of comments in the comment box about people who work here that would like their break room back, but they can't. Because we're celebrating the break room. We're celebrating May 4th. We're very excited. Thank you to everyone who sent in those amazing cosplay pictures using the official break room hashtag #NRBreakroom. You want to get to us? You want to get to me? You want to get to me? You hashtag #NRBreakroom. And I'll respond saying, thanks for reaching out. Anyway, I'm Tommy Bechtold. I'm here with my my team of bandits and misfits and my hive of scum and villainy, Brendan Barrick.
Whoa! That's all I got.
Jessica Clemons.
It's Darth Jessica to you.
Yeah. Oh. And of course, Kylo Ren. Jack Huddleston. Hey! Whoa, face reveal.
Whoa!
Put that back on.
You know what? I have to take it out. That thing is surprisingly heavy.
Yeah.
No wonder he was always in such a bad mood.
Yeah, that's why. That's why. I think it's because he had to deal with Lena Dunham's shit on girls.
Oh, not that kind of show.
Inside baseball.
Let us swear out already.
Oh, wow, we got to swear. Yeah, hit that ticker. Speaking of swears, that's a good help. There are two ways for you to give us money, honey, or to, support the show. One, there's that $, and that's a tip. Or, you can buy a sticker or a super chat. I'm looking at every camera. John's probably going nuts. Want me to look at this one, John?
Microphone?
We're getting a lot of, okay, we got to wind that mic up. Okay, listen. You hit the $, that's a super chat. You buy a sticker, you send us a comment, you say, hey, Zach, do a funny dance. We make him do the dance, okay? The second option is you can do !tip.
Yeah.
Is that correct? !tip sends you to our tip jar, which is our swear jar, and that's what's going to incentivize us to say those nasty, nasty cuss words, all right? And we're not talking dank Farrick, okay? We're talking F's and Q's and J's, and we're talking J-O-N and F-B-N and all that, okay? We're going to do everything. But you got to hit the swear jar, and that's done by hitting !tip, which will take you to a separate page. There's been a lot of confusion over that, but we're gonna make this so simple for you. Again, 6 easy steps. $, to simply contribute to the show. !tip to contribute to the swear jar. We're getting the thumbs up from John, and that can only mean one thing. It's time to announce what's coming up on today's show. Sam Raimi's plan on making Spider-Man 4. We'll talk about that. Multiverse of Madness trailer showing up too much. Okay, never mind, I read that wrong. Multiverse of Madness trailer showing too much according to Daddy Fahey. Yes, Moon Knight's wild finale. Remember that? And a little 4th grade show and tell from us. Intro hosts, I've already done it. Swear jar, tips and rules, already done it, guys. I would like to start today's show, though, with an apology. Yesterday, I slandered the Seattle Seahawks, much to the chagrin of Jessica Clemons' family. I lost her mother and I lost her brother. And I want to say I'm sorry to the great franchise in Seattle, the 12th man, Marshawn Lynch, and all the beast mode bandits up there in Seattle. My heart's with you, and I wish you the best with your quarterback, Drew Lock, this year.
You just apologized. You make that face.
The show is becoming more and more a sports show.
And one other apology, real quick. I want to apologize to all the mothers out there when I suggested that taking moms to Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness would be a terrible Mother's Day gift. It would be a great Mother's Day gift if your mother is into Doctor Strange or just Benedict Cumberbatch. You know? Our moms love Marvel movies, and I didn't mean it that way. I was referring to my mom specifically, whose idea of a personal hell would be 3 hours in a movie theater with her favorite baby boy watching a movie that made no sense to her.
Well, now, Marvel movies are 4-quadrant movies.
Yes.
1 quadrant is angry young men. Yeah. 1 quadrant is lovely moms. You gotta. What's 2 of the other quadrants?
Hot babes that like to wear Princess Leia bikinis. And, of course, the 4th quadrant, prepubescent 12-year-olds falling in love with Angelina Jolie during Eternals. And then there's the 5th quadrant where my mom lives, which is, was this written by Maeve Binchy or Amy Tan? And if it's not, she does not want to go see it.
Is Maeve Binchy's a real name?
Maeve Binchy is an Irish author who I believe passed away about 20 years ago. But she writes some great novels. And let me tell you, my mom was a real maven. Anyhow, let's get back to the show. We haven't gone too far off the rails. I think it was a great idea to let me intro. I'm sure that'll happen a lot more. The thing we need to talk about is it's May the 4th, and we all know the big news today is that Kenobi trailer dropped, baby.
Oh, baby.
And you know what we said? I got a text in the morning that was like, alert, 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 do not watch, do not watch. So I didn't. So we all got together before this shoot to watch the trailer, and here's a live look at our reactions. Here we go.
Sand.
Sand.
Green,
Okay,
green
cool
clouds.
ship.
That looks
We're
great.
back in the Blade Runner City. Oh, this guy looks so cool.
Shot.
That head is.
I think I auditioned for this scene. I'm not kidding. I think this is the scene I auditioned for. Kenobi. Oh, that guy. I had to play Luke
Oh,
Skywalker.
hello there.
Yes.
Leave us alone. When the time comes,
Leave us
he must
alone.
be trained. Like you trained his father.
Dude.
Why does Obi-Wan still want to train him? I thought Obi-Wan
Because
was
he
done.
wants to redeem himself.
Okay.
He's gone.
It's Vader time. That's a wrestling reference.
Maybe you've been looking in the wrong places.
I like her. She's smart.
I want every
Oh,
lobe
translate that
Yeah,
Arabesh.
what
Come
arrogance,
on.
arrogance.
Oh, it's that little bug.
Oh,
Bug bounty hunter.
that guy had spikes on his head, but he was paler.
I like this sweater.
Ewan McGregor looks great.
Yes.
Oh,
Come
the
out.
male sighting.
And a fun droid.
More cute
Can't wait to see all the
droids.
extra droids.
Who's getting on?
Daddy, Daddy's home. Daddy's home.
Yes, yes, yes.
Wow.
Yeah! And we're all in the same seats, and one guy is wearing the same shirt as he wore this morning.
Well, we got bunk beds in the back. We sleep here.
That's
we eat
right.
here.
That's right.
We
Well,
watch trailers here.
That trailer was obviously much more of a, gave us much more information than the first trailer. Thank God for Eric Voss and I for our side project WikiLeaks. We've been thirsty. We've been in the sands of Tatooine talking about our favorite, droid oils, and now we can finally talk about something a little
Let
more
it out.
substantial.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we got to talk about this trailer. It's time to address. How much do we think Uncle Owen is working to keep Ben away from young Luke?
I mean, he was pissed.
Yeah.
He was pissed, but also that was just a conversation.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Obi-Wan should just, pull out a lightsaber or something, but it didn't seem like, I feel like he can get his way. Not like, but I feel like Obi-Wan can be like, talk his way out of it.
Though we know Uncle Owen wins.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
Obi-Wan
right.
doesn't interact with Luke.
Right.
Well, Uncle Owen loses in the
No,
end.
well, that's right.
Loses bad.
He wins until he loses.
He
Let's
gets a
say
pretty
that.
bad sunburn at some point.
Ooh, yikes.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting, because we know how it's going to end. That kind of removes that dramatic tension from the series, right? We know Obi-Wan during the series is not going to meet Luke, so like that's going to be an interesting thing to portray on
Well,
screen.
but he does, Luke knows of him, right? Because he's the one that's like, oh, do you think they mean old Ben Kenobi?
Yeah,
up,
right.
Up in the mountain? So it's like, I'm sure they interact sometimes. I'm sure Owen hates it. And Owen probably says to Luke, don't go talking to that Kenobi guy. So, of course, Luke
God knows
goes
what
with
Luke
that.
thinks that he actually did. Like, Luke is probably like, I don't know, what's up with that guy? Maybe he sells spice?
Yeah.
Maybe he
Ooh,
sold
death
spice to
sticks.
miners.
He's got death sticks for sure.
Oh, yeah, he smokes death sticks. I hate those.
But yeah, it is interesting to see Uncle Owen so antagonistic and
Yeah.
maybe he's sick of this kid. I don't know. Maybe Luke's Luke's a lot. Maybe he's forced throwing things around and he doesn't know what he's doing. Right.
Right.
He could be sick of
He's
it.
trying to get his wife out of Nexium with Keith Raniere.
little real life seeping in there.
No, yeah, I think it seems like you guys said, he's very angry and he blames Ben Kenobi for losing his brother, and it's like
What a dig.
yeah.
What a dig, just
exactly.
like you did his father.
Yeah,
I
right.
mean, who knew Uncle Owen could spit bars like that,
I'm
man?
excited to get you a little more into what the hell Uncle Owen was all about, because Luke didn't seem, the whole in A New Hope, obviously we don't have all the information we have now, but Luke just seemed kind of like your average teenager that wasn't miserable. He just was wanted more. He wanted something more exciting. So now we get to find out a little more about what that home life was, what what like shaped him as a child. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of that. But guys, we got to talk about another theory question we have here. What do we think Kumail Nanjiani's role is in this film? Because he pops up for just a second, and it's right after the moment that we hear we need all of the bounty hunters like to help or whatever the exact line is.
I don't know. I feel like he's working with Obi-Wan or trying to. I think he is against the Inquisitors.
Okay.
I
don't think he's a bounty hunter.
It looks just from the outfit elements we saw, it's very Jedi-esque.
Yeah, it does.
right?
Look, yeah.
That'd be sick to have him be a Jedi.
Yeah, it is interesting because there's got to be other Jedi still out there, right? We know like they're hiding or whatever. But like, do they even? Why would you look like a Jedi? Like, you wouldn't want to wear the robes. You wouldn't want to dress like one.
Maybe he's
they don't
like
give you powers.
Like in Rogue One, there was the guy who was like a Jedi fanatic.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
he's like a fan.
He's a fanboy.
He's a Jedi stan.
I was surprised to see Kumail's face because I assumed he was gonna be like a droid or something. Like just put his voice in.
Right.
Something like that.
Right. Yes. That's what that to me was, although they didn't announce Matt Berry.
We do have to acknowledge Jessica just got up and walked away.
Yeah, she forced
just technical difficulties.
Yeah,
It was nothing that Brandon said.
She did not agree with that theory. But like, I mean, before Book of Boba Fett, I don't think Matt Berry was announced in the cast, right?
Right. I think that was like a surprise voice.
So I think when they're just like, because I mean, like Taika was a major droid character in the first season of Mandalorian. But I think Matt Berry, we would all agree, was kind of like a fun little like 1 or 2 lines an episode, sometimes not even in. So to have announced Kumail's name, I would have thought if he was going to be a droid, it would have been closer to the Taika droid or the Alan Tudyk.
Yeah, his
Tudyk.
like Imperial droid.
Yeah, exactly.
Character that he played.
I guess we just got to move on without Darth Maul. I don't
Darth
want
Maul,
to.
you know, he's half here, he's half somewhere else.
Yeah, and apparently being, what species is Maul? Do you remember?
I
should, sorry. But apparently being that species does make it difficult on your mic pack.
That's true.
Yeah. Oh, yes. So what we were going to say, will we see Yoda in this series?
Oh, yes. I wonder.
I bet like I would go with like a Yoda hologram or something, like a
Yeah,
message that gets sent or gets hand delivered or something like that.
I like that. I
Oh.
think that's
Oh,
great.
I feel a disturbance behind.
Whoa, there's always two.
The best part was Jessica put on this makeup right after the show ended yesterday.
Yeah, she slept in
I
that.
slept in this. Where we at?
We all went all out on
We're
our
talking about
costumes.
Yoda. Are we gonna see Yoda?
Yeah,
No, that'd be
Yoda?
Are
sick.
they gonna play the Yoda cards?
I don't think so, but it'd be fun.
I just wanna
Maybe
hear
maybe
that music.
Yaddle will show up and be like, "Where's my baby? Where's my child?"
Whoa, that's
I
not
got a one-night
canon.
stand with Yoda.
That's not canon.
No, that's not canon. Not canon.
Well, I mean, I don't know. We already are getting so many established characters in this show that we know, even down to Uncle Owen, right? Like, I don't know that we need more.
Yeah, Yoda would be packing in a lot of things that fans want to see, but I want to see him.
I think that's what it is the argument of like, do I want to see him?
Yeah.
But also like, it's not a lot of, it is a lot. It's big returning people, but there's a lot of new people. So I
Yes.
think it's okay to bring in Yoda if you wanted to, because it's like the only other people that we're bringing in are a couple.
Right.
Did Yoda go straight to Dagobah?
See, that's what I need to know more about the extended materials.
I think if I remember some of my comics, and this might be post Disney buying them.
Right.
Yoda was scrapping around out there, doing a couple missions.
Yeah, he's getting his hands dirty.
Getting his hands
and
dirty,
spice
hiding a couple
mines.
Jedi here and there. But yeah, I mean, he feels Yoda, right? He's the one that's like super depressed because he's like, I missed everything.
Yeah, he's like, I should have seen it all.
Yeah. I was in charge. This happened under my administration. Like, what a mess.
Yeah.
What a mess.
All right, but we got to go back. These are good theories. We got to go back to the trailer.
Okay.
From what we saw in that trailer, what do we think this show is going to change in the Star Wars canon?
That's tough, right?
Yeah.
I
think they're
don't think
beefing
they'll
up
change much.
Vader and Kenobi's interactions prior to A New Hope. I think that is getting a vitamin B12 shot of like, let's really hammer home how much these two hate each other by the time, or at least Vader hates Kenobi by the time he kills him, or Kenobi lets him kill him.
Also,
spoiler.
It could just be adding and getting ready for Ahsoka Tano's show, right?
Yeah.
It can, I mean, I don't think it'll be too much, but I think she can still refer back to it if something happened where it tangentially connects to her show.
Yeah, and like to our Uncle Owen conversation, it might put a lot more weight on the little we see of them in A New Hope.
Yeah.
Knowing what they go through in this film a little bit.
Yeah.
Or in this show. It could make us feel a little more bad for them getting burnt to a crisp. But
Right. Well, that's
not
kind
that
of
we didn't already feel bad.
I feel about these shows though are like they add and they make you care more, even more about these movies that we love that we saw as kids.
Yeah.
It enhances the experiences. And speaking of an experience being enhanced, it's time for mandatory fun.
Whoa!
Damn, mandatory
Whoa!
Play my graphic.
Whoa!
There it is.
Yes, mandatory fun. My own personal hell
graphic.
zone. Yes, today, as we all know, and as we've been doing for 3 whole days, mandatory fun is when I make my friends have a little bit of non-optional joyriding with me. And today we're gonna do some Star Wars show and tell. But first, I have to have a bad announcement to all of you.
Uh-oh.
I asked you all to bring a special item in here, but unfortunately, I have to go.
You have to go?
Is this related to when Jessica had to go a couple minutes ago? Or?
It's similar, but I have been called away on another mission, and I have arranged for a wonderful substitute teacher to help teach this training.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, at
as
least
long
we
as
have a wonderful.
Yeah,
You guys can just, quietly talk amongst yourselves. I'll go try and find him.
Oh, okay.
Every time Tommy leaves and the sub shows up, it's usually someone that is outrageous.
Whoa,
Oh,
whoa,
power
whoa,
flicker.
whoa.
Like
There's,
the
I don't
power's
know.
flickering.
yeah, is there maybe like a disturbance in the force, or what could be making the power
There
flicker?
could be a disturbance in how we pay the power bill. I don't know.
Oh.
Did it just turn red?
Mood lighting. A little mood
Did
lighting.
it just turn red? Are we having sex?
If we need
Make
to,
love right
if we need to ask if we're having sex, it's not a great
Not a
sign.
good time, let me tell you.
But what? Oh no!
Oh, no.
Oh no!
Oh, no. Oh, my gosh.
Yes!
Is that Paul Bearer? What's happening here?
It is I, the Emperor, and I will be substitute teaching this class.
Oh.
No. Everyone must show me what they've brought for show and tell.
Oh, okay.
I'll go first.
Wow.
I'll go
okay,
first.
yeah,
That
that's
is
about-
truly nightmare fuel.
Yeah.
What's going on with your face?
This is my face. There's nothing I can do about it.
I brought something amazing.
Oh.
Show
Not
us.
only did I bring cookies,
Ah.
Wookiee cookies, I brought a Wookiee with me today.
A Wookiee.
Yes. I brought Wookiee cookies. Everybody close your nostrils. Close your nostrils.
Do the Wookiee cookies smell?
The Wookiee cookies do smell like Wookiee cookie food. Boop, 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 boop,
Ah.
Wookiee.
We're about to see. Are we
getting
getting
a
a
Wookiee.
cameo from Office Dog?
Oh, it's a Wookiee.
Oh, it's Bubba Fett.
Oh my gosh, Bubba
It's
Fett.
Bubba Fett. Oh, he's a good boy.
He's a great boy.
I banished that dog to Exegol.
Oh, banished.
No.
You're banishing the
We love
dog.
Bubba.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yes, so that is my show. And
Good show and tell.
Good show and tell.
Just wait until
Going
Brandon
next.
pulls out a parakeet.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
There are many
parakeet dog.
show and tells that folks around here find unnatural.
this is a very unnatural show and tell. You know what's unnatural? The smell of those dog treats. It is unnatural. Your Excellency, what are you called? The Emperor?
You may call me Emperor Palpatine.
Oh, you're my.
But I'm not your friend.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I dug through my closet and I pulled out something that's really the bane of my wife's existence. A small fraction of my Star Wars Hallmark ornaments. This is just a small taste of what I have to offer. Every Christmas time when the tree comes down, most people, they put a little Santa Claus on there. They put a little, some angels, maybe some turtle doves. No. My tree is all IP, baby. And these are collectible items. We got lots of callers on the phone right now. We have several of these items available. These are collectibles,
those are
guys.
good
This one's from the 90s, baby.
Wow.
Do
you get one a year?
I
Is that how it
I
works?
get at least one a year.
Oh my
Well, Hallmarks, they got me by the death
shorts?
sticks, you know what I mean? Like, they make one out of the collection, the collectible one, and the other ones, I guess, are like quasi-collectible. But I mean, guys, what says Christmas like a little Princess Leia forced into a golden bikini on the tree with a giant axe.
Speaking of
Tell
unnatural,
Santa to keep his hands to himself.
I'm feeling unnatural right now.
Okay, all right, Palpatine.
All right.
Keep it in your back to tank.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. But yeah, this is but a small fraction of what.
And what about you?
Okay,
Zach?
well, I have, this is a special, I don't know if it's collectible on the level of a Hallmark ornament, but this is a Comic-Con exclusive Hot Wheels Star Wars set. They took the things from the Attack on the Death Star.
Oh, it's like the trench run.
The trench run,
now
they
it's
turned them into cars.
Trench drive.
Now, it used to light up and make noises. The battery has exploded inside of
Nice,
it. But that doesn't make it any less collectible and any less dear to my heart.
In true Star Wars fashion.
I made the batteries explode. I have been the exploding batteries in your head the whole time.
Now, Palpatine, do you have anything to show and tell?
What?
Well, are you going to participate?
Yeah.
You guys want me to participate?
Yeah.
But I'm the Emperor.
Emperor can always enjoy a little
Yeah.
fun.
I'd love to.
Oh, go get it.
I did bring a little something.
Oh, okay.
I love Emperor Palpatine so much.
Okay, I think he's struggling a little bit. Not great visibility for Emperor.
He's got cataracts.
I brought a little animatronic Grogu.
Oh, that's adorable. Oh. So lifelike.
He's doing a spell. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, he's enough to make you go from the dark side to the light side.
Is it enough to
That's
make you go?
adorable.
Not me, never. I've got to go. I've got planets to destroy.
Oh, bye, Palpatine.
That is adorable.
While we wait for Palpatine to get our buddy Tommy back, let's shout out a couple of the super chats. Xavier said, Jess, your outfit makes me want to turn to the dark side.
Oh, baby, come on.
Oh la la. Oh, la la.
I do love, as Jessica was transforming herself into Darth Maul, she did shout out at one point to me, Zach, are my eyebrows gone? They were. Turns out they were.
Tommy, you're back.
Hey, guys.
I hope everything got settled okay.
And while you leave or come, I go.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jess
yeah.
is going again.
You know what? Just like the real Darth Maul, you never want too much. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Just enough to keep you wanting more.
Wow. Huh. Well, what did I miss, guys?
It was a great time.
Yeah, your
Tommy.
substitute was a little rough.
Oh,
but,
yeah?
Yeah.
He wasn't as nice as you said he was going
He
to be.
came so highly recommended on
Yeah,
RateMyProfessor.com, which
Yeah.
I don't think is a real site.
Speaking of real sites, though, we got a real site called EpicHeroMerch.com.
Oh.
There are merch partners here at New Rockstars and at the Breakroom. Actually, this shirt I'm wearing, this is the way. With the cool Darksaber. I believe you can get that at Epic Hero Shop. They've got great merch, including they recreated that trucker hat from the Thor trailer, that Strongest Avenger, right? They've got some cool Doctor Strange, Wanda, all kinds of Loki, Hawkeye, all the Marvel series from Disney Plus are represented on there. Look at that nice little Chiron down at the bottom. Check it out and keep an eye out there. They're about to drop very soon. They're about to drop their Multiverse of Madness latest Obsession shirt. I want one of those when it comes out. Also, New Rockstars is on Tumblr.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk a little bit about Moon Knight today, but we're talking a lot about Moon Knight on Tumblr. Find us at New Rockstars Official on Tumblr.
And by the way, we should mention, when we get to Moon Knight, we will give you proper warning.
Yeah.
We're going to try not to spoil too much, but there will be some spoilers involved. So if you have not seen the episode yet, for the love of God, we will tell you.
Yeah.
You should go, get yourself some Oreos and milk, dunk them while we're talking, while we're dunking on some of the things that happened in that finale. No, we loved it. We loved it.
Also, bless your heart if you took an hour out of your day to watch us and you didn't take an hour out of your day to watch Moon Knight.
That's right.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Very kind.
Okay, but we also have some headlines. Part of this show every day at the Breakroom is that we're going to cover, there it is. Look at that nice graphic. We're going to cover the news of the day, all the fun, nerdy things that you might have missed that you want to hear about. We'll start with some upcoming Disney Plus Marvel news. Our buddy Michael Waldron, we call him our buddy. MT did get to do an interview with him. He has been on the new Rockstars channel. Whoa. Okay, I think another disturbance in the force just happened. It was announced that he will not be on season 2 of Loki. He was the head writer of season 1 of Loki.
Right.
He wrote Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
One of the writers, yeah.
One of the writers, yeah. There's always a team. He will not be the writer of season 2. He's being replaced by Eric Martin, who was a writer on season 1, and he's kind of come from the same Dan Harmon writer tree. He worked on Community and Rick and Morty and all of those shows. So, no reason to think this is anything other than writers moving around.
Yeah, I think they're real hot on Michael Waldron right now. I think, they like what he did on Loki. They bumped him up to the films. I bet they're keeping him in the
Well, there's
the
a
film
lot
arena.
of precedent with that, with like Marcus and McFeely.
Right.
They just kind of, moved him on up from Agent Carter and other things. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael Waldron is just a hot man. Okay, go ahead.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Well, hello. Kevin Feige, our Lord and Savior, speaking at the Multiverse of Madness premiere, mentioned, he was going to ask, like, what's your favorite moment in the movie? And he was like, there's been too much in the trailers. I don't want to talk about it.
Wow.
Which is that him subtweeting the Marvel marketing department?
Gotta be.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, he's the president of Marvel Studios, right? So this would be Disney.
Yeah.
That's what we were
Like,
talking about.
very-
Is like Disney in charge of the marketing because they own the Marvel properties, and he doesn't have as much say. Is he frustrated because he has to deal with Sony, also who does their own marketing and like all this? I did love our producer Dodson had like a great conspiracy theory behind like the reason they showed like Captain Carter and one of the
Yes.
teasers is so that Haley Atwell could go to the premiere.
Right.
And it not be
And
weird.
everyone be like, "Are you in this movie? Are you in this movie?" Like
I can't talk about it.
which is like a really funny way to think about it.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we really
Her
want
agents negotiated that. They're
cachet
like,
at
"Get the shield in there."
Put the shield in.
She wants to go.
It is interesting, and like we can all kind of see Kevin Feige's point of view. Like, yeah, is the 14th trailer
Right.
really getting anybody into the theater that wasn't convinced by the 1st through 13th trailer, right? We need to show clips of every scene, every fight, every character.
Yeah.
Probably not, right? We're all sold. We're all going to this movie,
I'm sure there's a lot that is still in the movie that isn't in the trailer, but I think Kevin Feige was like my favorite part. Was
Plus, we know, as we all know from Morbius, and we don't have to go into anything about the content of Morbius, but the trailer was a complete misdirection from what was in the movie.
They
There
were
was
like,
no,
gotcha, and I was
Yeah.
like, well, that's just a lie.
they're like, what if none of this was in the actual movie? With that?
Tyrese was in that movie for how long?
a couple lines.
He had a cup of coffee. in
I
that
wanted,
movie.
I wanted to be in there a lot more.
Sam Raimi broke our hearts recently in an interview, saying he has currently no plans to make a Spider-Man 4 with Tobey Maguire.
I mean, that means he hasn't been paid enough to do it,
Yeah.
or he's just like Toby said he doesn't want to do another.
Right.
So he could do a different Spider-Man.
Yes.
Or he could do Toby.
Sam Raimi's been doing a lot of interviews, obviously, leading up to Multiverse of Madness, and it's great. And one of them, I think it was with the Hollywood Reporter, he was talking about like how he loved seeing like Tobey in Spider-Man No Way Home and being like, oh, I recognize this character. He, what he's portraying, and I can see the sadness, I can see the pain. And it must be nice to be like, I made that. That's my guy.
Yeah.
That's my guy.
I built the foundation on
Right.
which this house is built. Yes. And we're feeling a little bit of a Raimi-sance right now. Yeah. Okay? He hadn't made a movie in a while before Multiverse of Madness. So maybe this could launch to other things. Maybe
He's
he's
making
also
another
thinking.
Evil Dead movie.
Yeah.
And it is also the Evil Dead video game came out, and I'm sure he had some hands in that. Like he had to have some little.
Love it.
Drag Me to Hell 2 or Make Nothing. Maybe they do.
Okay. You say that almost daily.
That's my evening mantra.
We got some Kenobi updates fitting for our May the 4th episode. We got a new poster. John, do we have that poster? Look at that.
Wow, that's
Darth in
gorgeous.
his chest.
I want that for my
Gotta be
room.
Darth, right?
That's
Got the red,
lightsaber,
got the
right?
red saber.
Give me that.
That's a great
Is
looking
that a
poster.
Wait, okay, so that's a cliff. Okay, you guys, you know I don't have glasses on. That's a cliff, right?
Right.
In his
Yes.
chest. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Art department's always knocking it out
Yeah.
as
That's
a
a
park
great
over there.
art.
That looks great.
Who was it? Sorry, this is a side note that I just love. I think Voz mentioned it and was just like, we have the finale of Moon Knight and all this Kenobi stuff dropping at the same time. And that poster dropping right when we're all like figuring out what's happening in Moon Knight, I was like, what do I look at first? Where do I go?
Yes.
There's so much Disney. Why would you make everything on May 4th? Everything.
It's Christmas in May.
And I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. Zach,
Yeah.
you're doing such a wonderful job. I just want to remind everyone, because looking at the totals, it appears as though there may have been another miscommunication. It's exclamation point tip to go into the swear jar. And then just the $ button if you want to do a super chat or, ask us a question or something, or, tell Jessica how wonderful she looks, or, ask me to tell you my darkest secret.
Maybe people don't want us to swear.
Yeah, maybe we need to rebrand the jar. Maybe the jar needs to be like a secret jar or a confession jar.
Without pain.
Or a jar jar.
Oh, that's what it should have
Or
been.
an accent jar, or an impression jar.
Oh.
What if it was an impression jar? Everybody donate, and we have to do an impression of something. Or
They
make
get
an
to choose
impression.
Well, that would
They
leave
get
an
to
impression.
choose
Sorry, Zach.
No problem. Please, interrupt me anytime you like.
No,
and
vice
I
versa.
mean that genuinely. That's not a passive-aggressive, shitty thing to say. Oh,
I think it was
there's a
now.
swear. There's a
I think
swear.
It was now.
Another couple of headlines. Red Hot Chili Peppers bassist Flea will appear in Kenobi. It was announced. So not only Kumail showing up, we're
Wow.
also getting Flea in there, which he has done some acting work.
Yes.
Brandon, you're a big fan of his appearance in
The Chase.
The
with
Chase.
Charlie Sheen.
Yes.
Charlie Sheen.
We love him in Back to the Future.
I
I loved him in Big Lebowski.
Yes.
He was one of the, there weren't anarchists, what were they called?
Nihilists.
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 He was one of the nihilists.
Flea was the guy who races him in his truck. Remember, he pulls up and he's like, "Race ya!" And then he fires him. He's his boss in Back to the Future. too.
Flea, a great pop culture figure, known, just for slapping the hell out of that bass
Yeah.
and wearing a sock to cover his
Yeah,
penis
that's
and nothing
right.
else. But also has a pretty impressive filmography.
He does. Also, for two things.
Break,
You didn't
yeah.
ask me what my favorite.
Oh, sorry.
Flea
Apologies.
was.
Yeah.
Can you guess what my favorite part?
The Crudes.
No. Close.
Okay.
You were very close. It's the wild thornberries.
Oh, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. It's not in the Crudes. Yeah, he's second.
That's my impression of Donnie, and it's very
Yes.
good. I can do that really well, and I can do R2D2 really
Can you
well.
do that again? Wow, yeah. And
That is
then
pretty
let's
good.
hear the R2D2.
You gotta save these for the impression.
I know.
Well, this is the, I
Can't
got
give
bad
away
news
for
for you.
free.
If we're saving for the impressions jar, we're gonna go hungry.
It's gonna be a
Okay,
little
do
louder.
it, do it.
Whoa!
I realized
good.
I screamed like that when my brother was pretend fighting me, and he was like, "You sound like R2D2." So if you ever want to rob me, you can hear that impression again.
Okay, don't incentivize people to rob you.
Well, you know what? It's out there now.
So I was like, "Give me your wallet." Also, the Red Hot Chili Peppers are currently going on a tour.
Yep.
So, I guess they shot Kenobi.
Yes.
A galactic
ago.
tour?
It's possible.
Maybe a long time ago.
The galaxy far, far
Kenobi
away.
playing the bass, I'm going to throw my
Oh,
TV
hell
across
yeah.
the room.
Next reload. Next reload gets a lot funkier when Flea's on the bass.
That is, I would be more mad that that's his cameo, because then it's like the people that are like, my nephew, who's 11, watching this would be like, who is this man?
Yeah.
I heard Flea voiced all the lightsaber noises.
What did they sound like?
He's just going,
Did you tune in today thinking we'd get a solid 5 minutes out of Flea?
Well, if you
Wasn't
didn't, you were,
surprised?
bad news.
Well, that's enough Flea talk, I think, for the rest of the
Enough
week.
Flea talk.
It is time for us to discuss the Moon Knight finale. So if you have not seen the Moon Knight finale, turn away. Mute it. We'll put up the spoiler warnings.
Yes.
We're gonna talk about the finale of Moon Knight. If you got your own questions about the finale of Moon Knight, drop them in the chat. We'll see if we can get some of them up on the screen. What a finale, guys! This is your spoiler warning. We're gonna get into it now. What a pretty crazy finale. I'll say, we must be getting like a season 2 of this show, right?
we better.
Got
They called it. We've talked about on the show. They called it a limited series. Then they submitted it. They submitted for the Emmys as a limited series. But then there was that tweet where they called it a series finale, and then they deleted that tweet and they called it just a finale or
They
season
better.
finale.
The thing is, you can't. We're spoiling, right? We have the borders that say.
Yeah, we
spoilers.
got the spoiler
You
borders.
can't have Jake Lockley finally show up at the very, very, very end and then be like, no season 2. Because it's like, even if he does show up in Werewolf by Night, even if he does show up in this, we're going to have this unresolved conflict from Jake from season 1 of Moon Knight. You can't just throw him into a different series. You gotta go over it. I need it.
Or they could do a Moon Knight movie. They could make a Moon Knight movie. I don't think any of us
They
would
just
be.
had that retreat. They planned out the next decade. You know, is there? Well, and that's a good question or a good point, Tommy. It's like so far, movies, theaters, series, Disney Plus. Is there a day where they make a movie just for Disney Plus? And they're like, we're not going to.
I mean,
put it out in theaters.
we're kind of getting that with the Guardians of the Galaxy
The
holiday special,
holiday
the Werewolf
special,
by
yeah.
Night Halloween special. I mean, probably like they're probably going to be closer to an hour long, but
They're probably working towards that though, of doing like the Disney original movies, Disney Channel original movies, but doing it for Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think Moon Knight would be a good first for them to start with that one because they got it. I think Moon Knight wasn't expected to be like the biggest hit that it was, and now like after this finale, it was trending everywhere. And it wasn't just like Moon Knight. It wasn't hashtag Moon Knight. It was hashtag Khonshu. Like it was specifically a character.
did Khonshu guide you? Make it into a hashtag? If not, can we start that?
Country guys.
So they were big and they were touching things, right? They were physically there.
It seemed like they hid the pyramid.
Yeah, there was
They
that
kicked some
shot.
trucks
Yeah,
or
there was a
whatever.
shot where you
Yeah.
see the truck move. So like they were really there.
Well, but keep people see them.
Yeah, Khonshu was always able to like push. You know, he pushed those cabinets and stuff in Harrow's home base.
And no one could see him.
No one could
he
see
couldn't
him, but they
it
could
was
see the stuff
effective.
get moved. They could see stuff get blown away.
It's me. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
We got
We got.
producer John.
We're about to have a cameo from producer director John.
Go over the tech issues right now.
We're having some microphone problems.
That's how you know the show is live.
That's
all,
right.
All the conspiracy theorists in the
Yeah.
chat saying it's recorded.
Do you want to take us off?
Yeah, well, let's get.
Thanks, John.
Jessica.
Noted
Yeah.
Jets fan, John.
Yes. Jets Mafia. Jets, you suck.
Okay, get out of here.
So yeah, that's a great point. Like I loved the giant gods fighting, bumping into pyramids, kicking
too.
stuff. People must have been able to see them, right?
Yeah.
No,
Must have
no,
been
I
able
don't
to
think
see
people
them.
got to see them. I
don't
think it was.
know. Well-
I think only because I also don't think the followers of Arthur Harrow could see Amit. I think only. Well, Layla. No, because Layla couldn't even see Amit.
Were they too
when
busy
she was-
looking at their dad being raptured because he has a Pornhub subscription, or like what was going on there?
Well, that's a great question. So if you can't see the gods,
Sorry, real quick. I do think actually if you have a Pornhub subscription, that makes you a good person.
Yeah, right.
If you're just using Pornhub for free,
Yeah.
maybe that's
if
when
you're with me
If you're watching it with me.
over at redtube.com, that's not an endorsement.
Okay, sorry.
we'll leave that up to the gods to decide.
You're not supposed
So
to.
could everyone see the purple souls coming out of bodies?
I think so because that's what they were looking at, right?
Okay,
When they grabbed
okay.
the people's
So
hands, they could
see,
look up.
So they see a purple. People can see purple souls going out of bodies, going into the air, funneling to
Like
a point
Ghostbusters.
in the sky, and then
Yeah.
just disappearing.
They can see it
No
Ghostbusters
way.
too.
No way. No way.
Disappearing.
Also, I think it was very weird that Arthur Harrow was not clocking that the dead guards were coming back to life as Talret. Like,
I took it that he couldn't see him maybe around. It did, that one of those shots made it seem like he saw
he
the
was like
body
looking
talk,
over it.
Why that got talking?
which that was fun.
Yeah, I
Wow, the
love
dead
that.
bodies
That
are
was
talking.
great.
Like,
that voice.
Tara
like the
was
idea that like they've been shot so she can't fully get
Yeah.
out. She's like pushing air out of
Yeah.
whatever air is left out
Yeah.
of her lungs.
I loved it.
I liked
I
it.
loved
That
it.
was so
I loved
great.
that first, like, be my avatar. And she was like, no.
Oh, the transformation.
Yeah.
And she's talking about her dad and
I loved that going back and forth. That actress was so fun. And this last episode, I was like, congrats.
Yeah.
yeah.
You got,
that was
you
a lot
got,
of
you
fun.
got. Not only did you get like everyone wants that merch of the hippo. Everybody
Yes.
wants like Tara Wetch stuff. And I was like, not only did you get the best god, you yourself was a really good fight.
Yeah, and that costume was fantastic.
Wings.
Also, Khonshu and Amit, they had a relationship at some point.
Clearly.
There was a lot of
Yes.
sexual tension.
There was
between
some
those two.
tension. Well, they
Right?
worked together, and they mentioned that at the beginning of the
but
series.
They were something else going
They
on.
worked together.
Well, and even all that stuff about like we want the same thing.
Yeah.
No, we don't. Right? Yeah, we do. Like we should be working together. No, you go too far. Like they are so closely aligned and yet also adversarial.
Yeah, I mean, Khonshu was definitely dipping his papyrus in the company camp. You
Yo.
know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
I'd pay.
You think he might have got his beak wet?
Oh, he got his beak wet.
oh no!
I'm done, and I'm leaving, and I'm never
He put his
coming back.
Ushabti in the forbidden shelf.
Maybe. Also, too easy to release a god. You lock it in stone, and all you gotta do is
And then all you
smash
gotta do
it.
is smash it.
Let's think of some protocol.
If that's the case, I released a ton of gods at my grandma's house when I was a little kid because I was knocking statues over.
Those are tchotchkes, not ushabtis.
Hummels. I released all the gods of Hummel. little jerk.
A lot of precious moments, sir. floating up into
The guardians of the sheep of the field.
I think you mentioned this offline once about like Osiris's avatar just like wearing a suit in this like cave, and I just like the fact of like they were so surprised when Arthur Harrow came back.
And apparently defenseless, right? Like had nothing.
They used their wimpy white magic, which I've already talked about was wimpy. And
They
they
straight
got
up
schooled.
The next shot was them doing like the Family Guy fall on the stairs, and I was like, damn, they are broken.
Yeah, that was very disappointing. I wonder if that was just an effects budget thing where they're like, we can't have a giant like Ennead battle, then have a giant Khonshu versus Amit battle, then simultaneously have.
Well, it made me wonder: can the other Ennead not heal their avatars like Khonshu
Oh,
can?
right,
Is
right.
he the only one with that ability?
Yeah, or were they just like, we need to.
I didn't like that guy anyway.
I will say, and I liked this show. The multiple levels of logic that needed to be working at every given time did feel like I did not keep up. Wait, why? Okay, so wait, you need an avatar even though the gods can fight each other and giant and like what makes you big and blah, 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 blah. It was enjoyable. I just let it wash over me at a certain point because trying to figure out why things were happening and how you defeat something got a little confusing.
Yeah.
I will say, I feel like people could see the Kaiju Khonshu, Circle R, trademark. Only because if they wanted us to think that they couldn't, usually they give you that shot of like an empty night sky, followed by the shot from like Arthur's point of view where you can see them.
But I think that we'd also get that shot of people reacting to it, and no one was really reacting.
like
They just
there
stood
was-
there. If you see a kaiju like we did in Suicide Squad 2, you run the opposite direction.
But we definitely got the crowd reaction shot when the kind of very Ghostbusters-y like purple laser going up from the top of the pyramid when Arthur's up there kind of summoning everything.
That's what I think they were looking at, was that purple thing on top of the
I
pyramid.
mean, they're not gonna run. A couple days ago, the sky was spinning. Like, it's Cairo, baby.
It's been a rough time for
Kairo's
being
like, this is
Egyptian.
what just happened.
You gotta roll with
This is
the
what
punches.
happens here at Breakroom.
You gotta.
Oh, I was just going to throw out to the cast here, if this season, right, was kind of like an elongated origin story, like what is the next story we want to see? Moon
I'm
Knight
pointing at support your local guillotine. Great name, first off. Said hot take, Jake will be the villain type character in the next series or movie. He had no problem killing a nurse to get Harrow out of the hospital. And I think that would be where it goes next. Is like what's above fighting a god? Fighting yourself. So it's just like that is the best line of
I like that.
Yes.
I like that.
No. I like that.
We got another couple good ones here. Hot take, what if Khonshu is being capable of multiversal travel and found Jake in a different universe?
Oh.
That was from Page Flick's art.
Oh, like
So he
it's
can
not
merge-
Mark and Stephen are still there, as and Jake is another body.
Well, but then
from a
how does that
different-
explain the blacking out?
Yeah,
having beaten up
and
all
the line that Mark has no idea how damaged he is. So that kind of, to me, implies that Mark is the actual,
He was the
person.
first. He's the alpha.
Right, and that,
Here's what I want, and I will answer my own question that seemingly I was posing to the group, but really as an excuse to prompt myself. I liked this series. I will say I would love to. You know what we didn't get really in this series is like Moon Knight as this avatar of justice out there going defeating bad guys. We know he did that before the series started because we saw all those dead people on the boat or whatever, right? But like, I want to see him do that. I want to see him go out there and find a kidnapper and, rev him up. Or I want to see him go like hunt down killers and stuff like that and do some kind of Ghost Rider-y, Spirit of Vengeance kind of stuff.
Well, he had an avatar doing those things for him still, right?
Well, Khonshu did, but I want to see Jake or Steven
Jake
or
doing
Mark
Jake.
as that
The
avatar.
day-to-day Moon
Yeah, I want to see
Jake,
some real
that's-
Not the
gunfighting.
end of the world Moon Knight.
That'll
the
be
day-to-day.
honestly, Disney Plus should do like a short like they do with like the Peter's to-do list and like all those other things. They should do a short that is just like Jake and Khonshu.
or if you don't want to do a full-on Moon Knight season 2, do a Falcon and Winter Soldier type thing where it's Moon Knight and Scarlet Scarab, or Moon Knight and Blade, or Moon Knight and someone
Ooh,
else.
Marvel team-ups?
Yes.
Let's go.
Marvel team-up
Come
time.
on.
Marvel team-up
That's
time.
also my question too. It's like, what did Layla see when they went to full Jake during
Oh
that
yes,
fight?
clearly she was.
Did the outfit? You think the outfit changed?
Yes.
I feel like he also said goodbye in Spanish, and she was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"What?"
That's what I want to say. And they don't show this to the audience in the show, but it's like, I hope Mark/Steven sat her down and was like, all right, explain to me exactly what you saw,
need to.
what my accent was, and did I put on a jaunty cap and a scarf?
And I went, "Doo-doo," and then toodaloo.
Also, did you notice the stretch that Jake drives off in says Spectre?
Yeah, it says
Right.
Spectre.
on the vanity plate, which that's interesting. So does that mean Mark had to register the vehicle for his super
Well,
car?
I
Conchu's
took it-
like, I need you to sign a few documents.
I took it to mean that, like, whatever Jake Lockley's Moon Knight persona is, because you have, like, Moon Knight, you have Mr. Knight. I was thinking his is called Spectre. Whatever.
Oh.
That was my thought.
No vowels.
No vowel. Well, I mean, you can't afford the vowels on the license plate. You only get so many limits.
Or the possibility that Jake is so devious that he is aware of Mark and Steven and knows that if he impersonates Mark, maybe there is no Jake Lockley to the outside world. Maybe only
100%.
Conchu knows Jake Lockley, but Jake Lockley just pretends to be Mark Spector.
I like
it off
that.
the books.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
100%.
I like that.
I like that 100%.
What was our next
Put that
question?
stamp
I'm
out
so
there.
sorry.
That stamp graphic.
So, Skybreeze Yes said, you guys think when Amit said, quote, time's been horrible to you, that Concho used to actually have a feathered bird head like in the comics. So do you think he was not always a bird skull? He used to have the feathers?
Well,
That would
they
be
did, and it seemed like they made a point, like Ahmet had like some kind of tattered cloth or kind of almost mustachy wisps along
Yeah, that
her
hit,
snout, right? Like that they have kind of aged even as guys.
But even the skull doesn't open and talk, which I think is interesting.
Well, it's
when all the
missing
other
the
ones-
bottom part, isn't it?
I thought
always
it was just
imagined
kind
it
of
was
bonded there, but maybe you're right.
I
Maybe
think
the
it's missing,
bottom
and so
jaw
he's
is
just always
missing.
like.
But also, he has no neck, right? Clearly,
Right.
it doesn't need to be anatomically correct if he's
Real
the head
talk.
floating above shoulders.
But what could have caused
Her
if
saying
it
that?
had if Conchu had a full bird head at one point? What do you think caused like the desecration? Whatever banishment he faced, like stripped him of
Probably.
his.
Also, just
Sanders.
fighting
beauty.
all the time. Because Amit's just like, yeah, they come to me and I get to decide. But
Well,
for
and you
you're
folks
like, no,
in the
so-
chat who own birds at home, you know, at times of stress, they pick out their own feathers.
Yeah, and
You
how
think
many
he
of you
picked
just
out his
have a couple
brothers?
skulls walking around instead of birds these days? Let us know. Call in if you're listening.
We've got the chat down below. Can you read that? Thomas Briscoe
Yeah, Thomas
Jr.?
Briscoe Jr., he said, I would like to see gelatine. If you've ever played Marvel Contest of Champions, you know who I'm talking about.
I
Is
haven't.
it gelatine? Gelatin? I don't know. I have no
MT
idea.
is the one that's playing the Marvel Contest of Champions. I have not played it yet.
Okay.
And I
We'll
think
ask
Anna.
MT and we'll get back to you, Thomas Briscoe.
Kenny C asks, are all the statues/gods released now? Which ones will we see in the future? That's very interesting because, like, so
The crash happened, right? So it's like the other ones must
the
have broke.
temple's falling apart. She breaks out Tower Red, but I don't know if any of the other ones got broken out.
Well, also, just because the avatars of those other gods die, if your
The gods
avatars
are still
die-
out there.
The gods
Yeah.
are still alive. Those gods can pick new avatars, right?
Right,
yeah,
right.
it's not a two-way street there, right? Yeah.
I also don't think the other gods, and I could be completely wrong because one seemed like this, but I don't think the gods cared that much about their avatars. The only person that really cared, I think, will be Terra and also Khonshu with Jake. Like, they don't really, I don't think Osiris gave two craps about his suited man.
No,
He
clearly.
was like, deuces.
He gave him a terrible looking just magic thing, the little like white wispy magic, as Brandon has said.
White
Gave him a
wispy.
basic bitch Forever 21 suit.
We're way behind on the swear jar. Elena Bernstein asked, can we talk about how Amit didn't care about the scales? Very interesting part
yeah.
when she was like, no, I need a baddie in my side. I don't need like
Ooh,
someone
you can call me
balanced.
up.
I want you because you're a baddie.
Yeah.
I want someone who's bad to do my badness. Almost like she knew what she was doing was bad.
Well,
She said the one who portrayed her right was balanced.
Yes.
Which might have been
killed
Alexander
her.
the Great.
But
Is that?
killed her.
Did we ever determine that Alexander the Great was the one that led to her being
We don't know
frozen?
that.
I
It
listened
must
to
have
you
happened
and said
later.
it
No,
was.
because he was already dead when they're shoving her Ushabti into his dead body, right?
That's a great point. Yeah, that's a good point.
So it had
I
to
like
be
that.
later.
It had
But
to be later.
I do like that because it is like, it's the subtle difference between her and Khonshu. She's saying the ends justify the means.
Right.
And
Yeah.
Khonshu's saying, no.
No, it doesn't.
Until he does say that you should just kill Arrow.
Yeah.
But that is actually a question I have that is not in our thing, but I'd want to know, do you guys think that when Lockley shoots Harrow, Do you think he's still bonded with Amit at that point?
That's what I'm wondering. Because I was like, did you just release Amit? I don't understand.
Yeah.
I think what they talked about.
Because Amit got sucked into him.
Right, but by Ushapti rules, if you break the vessel, like it gets released, right?
No, but they made a point of saying you can be harmed if you're in a flesh vessel.
Yeah, so
versus
that's why Kanchi wanted him to kill
Right.
Harrow right there, because then that will kill Amit.
Right.
So I'm saying, do you guys think that by the time Harrow was in that hospital, was in the asylum, Amit had already found a way to escape?
Possibly.
Oh, so like, what I'm saying is, do you guys think Amit is dead?
Yes, now because she got shot in the face. But I see what you're saying now with the hospital. And I don't think she did yet because she still needs the avatar.
Okay.
And the avatar is in a wheelchair thinking coffee is sand. So I don't think that's true at all.
When he tipped that cup over, it was not sand.
Yes.
It was coffee.
It was coffee.
Just like Lost Boys.
Yes. Maggots, Michael.
You're eating worms.
You're eating worms.
You're eating worms. Daniel Rorick pointed out that the car left in the end credits was also a Rolls-Royce Spectre. Is the car a Rolls-Royce Spectre?
I don't Thank you. Who pointed that out?
Daniel Rorick.
Nice work, Daniel Rorick.
Daniel, my brother.
Yeah,
Can I read the
Know
next
a
one?
lot about cars. Thank you for that random fact.
Yuka said, I think the season finale was rushed. I needed maybe 1 or 2 more episodes. That's why, for me, felt underwhelming. Love you guys and Jess. Oh, love the channel.
I have to kind of
You
agree
agree, yeah.
with Yuka Prieta. I thought that before the post-credit scene, I was like, I don't know. For the chaos of the first 5 episodes of this show, this is kind of an interesting kind of like slow landing into the lake of a season finale, potentially series finale. So
Yeah.
I guess I don't know what I wanted. I don't know if I wanted Jake Lockley to have been discovered before the post-credit
Have a bigger impact on the plot.
I think I just have kind of a bias against post-credit sequences because there are people
It's tough.
like it's not a guaranteed view. You know what I mean? Like if it doesn't happen, this is so. I'm sure people are gonna say, rip on me, but it's like if it doesn't happen in the actual episode, I feel like you're risking it not being absorbed by the audience.
Well, Tommy agrees with you. And luckily, we have the breakdown that's coming out today with spoilers.
Yeah.
Eric, the Inside Marvel episode
Inside
with
Marvel.
MT and Eric is already up on the channel. Eric's breakdown will be coming out on the channel tomorrow, where he'll go into depth. I'm looking forward to rewatching the whole series.
Me too.
As a whole, I always kind of pick up different thematic elements doing that, and I think this series will be rewarding in that sense. Come back tomorrow. We'll go into more detail. We'll have some more kind of thoughts on Moon Knight.
Yes.
We'll also be talking Doctor Strange: The Multiverse
Yeah.
of Madness. We're seeing it tomorrow night
together.
So,
Nope, not me, because I'm seeing in IMAX.
okay. All right.
I'm
You know,
seeing
it's
it
always
in
the
IMAX.
Sith that
Yes.
deal in absolutes.
Okay, that's not the right end. And then Friday will be our kind of spoiler-wary Multiverse of Madness
Yeah,
episode.
spoiler free. We won't go into spoilers on Friday.
We'll be talking Mom, but not getting too deep into Mom.
We still gotta cover.
but by Monday, we're gonna be in Mom.
We're gonna go
We're gonna
deep
be
on that.
all in Mom. Okay.
And we also still this week we got to resolve our predictions we made.
Yeah, we gotta make
We're
We're
talking
tomorrow.
about that. That's tomorrow.
We have predictions about
We got a
the
lot of
finale.
fun.
Right.
You'll have to pay out. Thank you all so much for joining us for all the first 3 days of the break room, for joining us on May the 4th,
Yes.
for sending us all those great cosplay pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, thank
They're
you.
so
And thank
cute.
you. I razz you all about the appropriate way to use the swear jar and the tip button, but sincerely, thank you for everyone who contributes to the show. It helps us keep everything going. It helps us buy fun little guys like him. He says thank you too.
And it helps us buy Wookiee cookies and the
Yes.
great smell of them.
Thank God there's a W in front of that because just plain Ookie cookies, those ain't for anybody.
What's an Ookie cookie?
Don't worry about it. We'll see you next time.
John cut out on the Ookie Cookie joke.